morning. Thanks for joining us. As you regular viewers know, throughout the year, we try to check in with local mayors to get a feel for what's happening at the municipal level. And here to help us do that this week is the longtime mayor of Somerville, Mayor Joe Curtatone. Mayor, welcome.
John, thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. Always good to see you. So we're just a few weeks away now from the opening of, or the scheduled opening of the huge new casino in Everett, right over the Somerville line. Now, it's no secret you opposed casino gambling. You were a critic and skeptic of this project. Going back to before construction started, what is your take on it now that it's about to open its doors, and what impact do you think it's going to have on your city?
Well, yeah, I was opposed and fought the expanding gaming proposal in this particular casino in the inner core for the reasons we've fought for a long time. And although we didn't prevail on the primary question of whether or not it should expand and this casino should be located where it is now, we were able to succeed in getting some mitigation to help address some of our concerns on the environmental side, on the traffic congestion. That being said, and since we're past those battles, my position hasn't changed on that. However, I will say that the proprietors, the people running Encore Boston Harbor have been honest brokers in terms of engaging the cities of Somerville.
They've been
Boston.
responsive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
it's not the question of whether a game is going to expand in the region. It is against my wishes.
Right.
I'm one person. But we're trying to make it work in terms of addressing the concerns we have in the inner core.
Now, there was talk for a while about a footbridge linking the Assembly Square area with the casino site. Right. The last articles I read about this, over a year old, talked about $30 million cost.
Right.
Is this still a live option, or is it dead?
It is. It's under consideration. My initial reaction was, I'm not interested in a footbridge that just connects the long fought for Assembly Square T station on the great stuff that's happening in Assembly to the casino. But if we're talking about really thinking about the future of mobility in and around that corridor, and the Medford, Somerville, Boston corridor, and how biking, walking is enhanced, and to give other mobility options so we lessen traffic mitigation. I'm for that, because it has great environmental impacts and impacts to our quality of life that are good. And, again, Encore Boston Harbor has been an honest broker in that. The state's part of that conversation. The cities of Somerville and Everett are working together. I do believe that will happen. Somerville's not going to pay for that bridge. There's millions of dollars coming in from the casino to the Gaming Commission and MassDOT, and my hope is that they're going to do that. They invest with that money. But we're also thinking about how we expand those mobility options on the Route 28 Wellington Bridge and all around to Route 99 into the bikeways in Everett moving north.
Well, we see in this case how a for-profit organization has to work with local officials and establish a relationship, and the Encore people have. I hear you saying that's good. When it comes to nonprofit organizations, universities, hospitals, the relationship's a little bit different because of the Massachusetts Constitution that grants broad leeway to these institutions to be exempt from local zoning and local control. Now, there's a home rule petition up on Beacon Hill, not the first time it's been filed, that would force, for instance, Tufts University, which is 60% located in Somerville, even though the main campus is in Medford, to produce a land use and master development plan in advance of any growth going forward, and at least have a discussion with the community. Why is this necessary?
Well, first, I want to commend the president of the Somerville City Council, Ms. Katiana Ballantyne, who's the representative of the ward that's most impacted by the geographic location of Tufts University, Ward 7, West Somerville. And really the purpose is to promote and create predictability, transparency, clarity for both Tufts and the community, not unlike any private developer, say the casino coming to Everett, or in Somerville, Assembly Row, and their master developer there in Union Square. We work with them on our planning initiatives, on the goals, on the impacts, how we mitigate those impacts.
Do they need to be forced to do this?
Well, Tufts, yeah, but Tufts doesn't have to do exempt because under the Dover Amendment they are exempt.
Right.
And this is important. And we're not, it's not about Tufts growing. We're actually seeking them to build more housing on campus, and they have the room, but we need to have a predictable and clear manner how that growth is going to occur, and we want to work with them on that.
I'm sure a lot of other communities with institutions like this can relate
Absolutely.
to that.
Yeah, and it's happening in Boston now. In fact, in Boston, they're allowed to do this, and Tufts has to negotiate and work with Boston on this very issue for their Boston Medical Center.
All right, let's take a quick break. And when we return, we'll continue our conversation with the mayor of Somerville, Joe Curtatone. So please stay with us.